A great digital experience transforms you.
Hello, everyone. Pavlo here, as always, and this is a new episode of Kitcast Talks. And today we have a special guest, and we will be talking about the experience design. Hello to Scott Simpson. Hi, Scott. How are you doing?
Hi, good to see you.
Where are
How
you
are you?
now?
I'm in Portland, Oregon, so
Portland.
in the Northwest US, yeah. And it's a little known secret that people think it's always rainy here, but in the
Mhm.
summers are absolutely beautiful. So we're we're trying to not let the word get out too much how great summers are here.
I would love to come there. Would love to come there. Scott is the experiential AV consultant at AVI-SPL. I am very excited to talk about the experience design today. Scott, I wanted to add a new spin on the KitCast Talks experience and started
Mhm.
with a quick fire questions, if you don't mind. Can we do
Sure,
that?
absolutely, yeah.
What was your first job in the AV industry?
So it's funny because I'll often say it was when became a technician, and Navy technician, but actually my first job was in high school. I was a projectionist at a movie theater.
Oh,
So,
nice.
and this was back in the days when you actually had 35 millimeter analog projection, and I remember one of the things that scared me the most was every once in a while I would get a 70 millimeter, and
Mhm.
70 millimeter was the best picture quality. It was amazing. It's huge, and but it's very brittle and it
Mhm.
breaks. So you have to be on pins and needles because anytime during the movie the
Mhm.
film the film could break and you have to splice it quickly with actual tape. So
That's
you
a
actually have to go up there and tape the while the audience is waiting for you.
Mhm.
And I'm 16 years old.
Okay.
I'm sitting here with an audience full of over 100 people waiting for me to splice together.
Love it, love it. That sounds like a very responsible job at the time for a 16-year-old. So,
Yeah, yeah.
okay, the second question is a bit
Mm.
simpler, a bit easier. What was the last song that you listened to?
The last song that I listened to was actually, and I forgot the name of it, but each year last couple of years, I've donated my time to a experiential music festival here in Oregon called
Hmm.
Hickathon. And they put their playlist of up and coming bands. And there's a band called SML, Small Medium Large is what it stands for,
Okay.
and it's a jazz band, and I just really love their stuff. And so the last here I'll find the name of it, but the last song um, from SML was from SML. It's called Three Over Steel.
No, but that's a really original answer because I expected like Lady Gaga or Taylor Swift, but
No, no, that's
experiential music,
not really
that's
my speed.
something different, yeah. But thanks for sharing. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
And now the last one from the quick fire ones. What is the most used emoji on your phone?
It is the sideways laughing with with tears coming out.
Okay, actually, I have the same one, I think. Maybe with one tear, because there is
Oh,
one
with
with,
yeah, yeah. But
yeah,
it's the sideways laughing with tear. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
that's the
me.
best one, the best one.
Mhm.
Okay, let's get into the actual industry questions. That's why we gathered here today. So, my first question would be, how do you differentiate between a good digital experience and a truly great one?
Well, I mean, a good digital experience will keep you captivated. It'll keep you there. I mean, if
Hmm.
you look at, say, for instance, an interactive, it's something you'll engage with. But a great digital experience transforms you. It'll take you and stay with you. Something that you'll leave and still keep thinking about. So it's something that
Hmm.
connects with you on a personal level, something that connects you on a human level.
Hmm.
And I think that's one of the most important things about experiential design is that you have to always come to it knowing that you're designing for people, knowing that you're designing for a human experience. So you should never. And one of the problems I think with audiovisual is
Hmm.
we're all nerds who really love the technology, but we have to get out of the way and we have to think of the technology as a tool to get us to a human experience.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Mm.
Captivating the attention. That sounds beautiful. That sounds beautiful. And technology definitely can do that today.
Absolutely, yeah. But it's just another tool in our toolbox, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. My second question,
Hmm.
what's changing in the expectations when it comes to digital experience in the enterprise space and the retail space?
Oh, the enterprise space is really dynamic now because it's changing drastically post-COVID.
Hmm.
So a lot of what clients are expecting dynamic and multi-use spaces, but I would say from a standpoint of the person experiencing this experience,
Hmm.
that they are now so inundated with stimuli from so many different sources. So, we now have new vernaculars that we did not have years ago. So, say for instance, somebody I was actually doing a project for a university, and we
Hmm.
were talking about multi-touch, and I was like, okay, well, your students now have been raised with a touch vernacular that we didn't have. So
Hmm.
if you think about it, the students that are starting school now have never known a world without an iPhone, have
Yeah.
never known a world without pinching to zoom in and zoom out. So now there's new expectations on these new vernaculars of generations that have grown up with technologies that,
Hmm.
you know, I'm 52. When I was their age, I was turning the TV like this on with a dial. It didn't even have a
Yeah.
remote. So it's and then we're gonna have to also prepare for the new paradigms that are coming. So if you think of AI, we're gonna have new ways that we're gonna be speaking
Hmm.
that are totally changing because we're speaking to prompt and LLM, we're speaking to initiate, an interaction with a computer in a way that we haven't in the past. I think that what the way things are changing is one, you've got way more expectations and way more distractions, so you have to raise the bar
Hmm.
to capture people's attention, but you also have to interact with them in a way that you have to be cognizant of where they are in the world, and so
Hmm.
that's where personalization is really going to come in, where
Okay.
where I think that you're going to start seeing more personalization where boomers will have different expectations than Gen Z and then the generations after that. Um, so yeah,
Hmm.
I think that we have a lot that's changing, and we're going to be changing quicker and faster. So we have to stay on top of that.
And AI, is it a challenge or opportunity in this sense in
Uh,
experiential design?
oh, just like any technology, is both.
Both.
Um, Definitely both. Yeah. So it's a challenge in that um, one, there's expectations about AI that I think are um, that I think are I think people expect too much from AI for one thing,
Mm,
and I think that the understanding of what AI is there's a lot of misconceptions about what it is. So people try to personify it. People try to make it more human than it actually is,
mm,
which is understandable. That's the way it's made. It's developed that way to to mimic a human being, to have a human interaction. However, if we understand how it works, we can get more out of it, I think. But one of the great things about it is that um, with AI, we can now and there's a new connection to AI that we have through what's called the Model Context Protocol or MCP.
mm.
And have you heard of this
Actually,
MCP? Yeah,
No.
so MCP was developed by Anthropic, and what it does is it's a way for LLMs to connect to our APIs,
Hmm.
including audiovisual APIs. So, say for instance, API for your microphones, for your cameras, for all of those things. Now we can take that camera
Hmm.
data, take that microphone data, our voice, and leverage LLMs to create more catered and personalized
Okay.
experiences and add context to things. So there's really cool things that we can do now that we haven't been able to in the past. So leveraging those and come up with unique personalized experiences,
Hmm.
yeah, we're just on the precipice of doing some remarkable things there.
Future sounds exciting.
Yeah,
And
it
the
is.
way you talk about technology, I believe in better future because I can feel the passion, in your words. Okay, and talking about inspirations,
Mhm.
what actually inspires you to create those experiences, to design experiences? What are your biggest sources of inspiration? And maybe you have some outside the industry inspirations. Can you share that?
Outside the industry inspirations, I would say, so I got into audiovisual like a lot of people have. I'm a musician, and
Musician.
yeah, yeah. And so a lot of musicians find their way after they realize they won't be a rock star or won't
Okay.
be a
Yeah, a bit
uh
sad, but
but a lot of I started off and actually I wanted to actually be a studio engineer. And so I
mm,
wanted to work in studios. I soon realized that the only way you can make money as a recording engineer is to own a recording studio.
mm,
And and it's a long path to get there and very low paying. So I found my way to audiovisual to pay the bills.
okay.
Um, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And so I kind of stayed with this. We're talking about the late 90s. And so I've been in audiovisual ever since. But where I find the inspiration is still in music. It's still
Hmm.
in I'm a very big jazz fan.
Okay.
And right now I think we're in an exciting place because now we're starting to see a lot of generative experiences, meaning
Hmm.
that the experience that you have will never reoccur. Like
Okay.
it's constantly changing. It's constantly so content that's constantly moving and changing and developing and evolving. And that's and jazz is very similar. Jazz is it's improvisation. So
Hmm.
you're listening to you will experience something that's a moment in time and will never be repeated. It can be recorded, of course, but yeah, it's really exciting now to see that we have
Hmm.
experiences that are not just video or canned or interactives that are always the same thing.
That's very
But
existential.
yeah, yeah. So now we're starting to see people can have more personalized experiences.
Hmm.
We can start to cater things to identify who is in front of the interactive or the immersive space, and we can also really understand who they are, personalize it, but also we can create something unique that only the people in that moment. And if you think
Okay.
about it, that's the way things used to be before. Like we've only had recorded music for a little over 100 years. Before that, music was just something people played in the moment,
Yeah.
and they wrote it down. They could annotate music, but still, it was just experiencing in the moment. So.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. This
Mm.
is a very inspirational for me, actually. This talk, I didn't expect it to be that inspirational, but it is. Scott, thank you very much for doing that, for talking to me today, and I wish you all the best in your professional life and also in your music, if you are still playing, still creating.
Oh yeah, I still
And
have my bass right behind me.
okay. So, yeah, good luck with that and have a great day. And thank you very
You too,
much.
Pablo. Take
Thank
care.
you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.